Good morning, y'all. This is Monday, February 5th, about 20 till 8. Oh, we had a really good weekend. Had my daughter-in-law's and son's gender reveal get together here this Saturday. We have another baby girl on the way. Arrival should be the end of June, 1st of July. So, yep, we're pretty excited about that. I'm talking kind of low because everyone here is still in bed. Hadn't gotten up on this cloudy Monday morning, with an exception of my son that I had to have at work at 6:30 this morning. So I've already done my hour drive, 30 minutes to get him there, 30 minutes back. But it's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to pop on here and give some of you folks, you gals, words of encouragement. So to get started, this past Thursday night, I had just gotten in bed, but I do have notifications on my phone from YouTube from the other ladies that I'm subscribed to. And I got a notification that Monique had just posted a little short video. Well, the gist of it was, she's got a 9-to-5 job or something like that, day job. And after she's done with her job, she does the Lyft, picking people up, taking them from one spot to another. Well, long story short, this one woman that she was driving from point A to point B, for whatever reason, the woman gave Monique a bad review, which entailed a notification from the Lyft app that she needed to have her car inspected because said woman made a false accusation saying that her car had broken down, which that wasn't the case. Well, anyways, so Monique at that time, Thursday night, was pretty much upset about it all and said, well, the only way I can continue to do the Lyft was to get her car in and get it inspected. So she did over the weekend. And she posted again last night. And she mentioned about what had happened Thursday night. And she said, y'all, I have to give God thanks because I see now that all things work together for good, so to speak. Those weren't her words, but that's pretty much what she meant. She says, because upon inspection of my car, I found out that I had 2 tires that had some problems going on, which I had to get replaced, and I did. And she said, I think her battery was going wonky, so she had to get her battery replaced. She says, now, if I had not had that inspection, my car would probably eventually have broken down. She said, so now I see it was all for the best. So I'm telling you that. And then this morning, while taking my son to work, my 17-year-old, because his little 88 Astro van just bit the dust this past week. So now we are on the look for a new vehicle for him, which he, yes, 17 years old, will be paying for. But, so Ron had shared something that he'd seen on Marketplace last night, and they were supposed to go this afternoon after he gets off work to check out this vehicle. Well, as we're going to work this morning, Drew popped on there the post about this vehicle, and it already had sold over it. Now, he'd messaged the man last night, and the man told him he could come look at it today. So Drew was just got him all out of sorts. He told me I could come look at it today. And I said, look, this is how Marketplace works. I sell and I buy a lot on Marketplace. And I said, this is how it works. It's on a first come, first served basis. So I said, you have to understand that. And I said, but this is how you look at it, Drew. If the vehicle that you thought you were going to look at today after you got off work has already sold, thank God. Because that means the Lord already has something better in store for you. And I tried to encourage Monique Thursday night when I saw her post. And I said, don't let this get you down. Don't let this get your feathers ruffled. There's a reason for everything. Well, little did she know at the time, the reason was she needed to have her tires fixed and her battery replaced. And it's like I told Drew this morning, I said, that's the devil playing both sides of the fence. He's going to discourage you by letting something happen. And so there's that. I said, you just keep looking to the Lord, because his promise to us all is that he will supply all of our needs. And here's the thing. Sometimes when we make our prayers and we want it to happen now, we want it to happen now. And then if it doesn't happen now, and then it does happen, we give him thanks for answering said prayer. But here's the thing, and I'm talking about myself. We all have loads of prayers. So I'm going to try to start thanking the Lord for answering the prayers that I haven't seen come to fruition yet, and working more on believing that those prayers will come to fruition, that he will answer the prayers that I have made to him. What I'm trying to say is, what I'm going to start doing is, like today, the prayers that I've made, I know you're going to answer them, and I thank you. I'm going to go ahead and thank you now for answering those prayers, because I know you've said, if we ask anything in your name, you hear us, and you will bring it to pass. So I'm thanking the Lord right now for providing my son with another vehicle. I know he has got it, and he's going to answer the prayer. So yes, thank you, Lord. I know you will answer that prayer, and you've already gotten the vehicle that is intended for my son. I don't know if y'all have ever heard this little story or not. I've heard it. I've heard some preachers say this from the pulpit before, but it's good. And it goes something like this. There was a man, and he was down on his luck, so to speak. And he had a need. He needed food or groceries, milk maybe. Might have been just milk. Dear Lord, I need milk, da-da-da-da-da. And he was praying out loud, and supposedly he had an atheist as a neighbor, and he would pray out loud with his windows open, and the atheist neighbor could hear him making his prayers. So, as atheists do, they scoff at our beliefs in the Lord. And the Lord said, somehow they had an encounter. The neighbor atheist told the man that was praying for a particular need, "You're wasting your time. Why are you praying to something that's not even there? Why are you doing this?" And he says, "Well, I am doing this because I believe." "You're just wasting your time." So, long story short, the atheist neighbor comes and sits, we'll just say milk, on his doorstep. Well, the man opens up his door and sees the milk there, and he thanks the Lord Thank you. You knew I needed this. And the atheist says, God didn't send that. I did. He said, and you think it's God. He said, God didn't answer that prayer. I did. I put that milk on your doorstep. And the man says, well, you know what? He said, the devil might have brought it, but God sent it. And just like that with Monique, the devil might have sent that woman to make that untrue review on Lyft, but God sent it. We gotta stay positive. Gotta stay positive about every situation we have to deal with, because we're gonna have the bumps, the potholes, the hurdles in this life we live. But we gotta keep believing all things work together for good. And yes, it's me, when we're dealing with a particular situation, our mind is just like, you don't see the sense in it. You don't see clearly sometimes. But we gotta keep trusting and keep believing and keep going, because God is working out everything for our best. We just gotta trust Him. That's all. So just thought I'd pop on here and say that. And the Bible verse on my Bible app for this morning was Psalms 121, verse 2. My help comes from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. So, yeah, I know where my help comes from, and I hope you do too. So, stay positive. Do what you can. I'm preaching to myself. Don't let whatever you're dealing with discourage you. It's all going to work out. And just one more thought here. And I've said this to friends and families a couple of times in the past couple of months. When we look back over our lives, and I might have said it here on YouTube before, when we look back over our lives and we see all the other trials and problems, tribulations, whatever you want to call it, that we've already been through, and we remember in the midst of them, how is this all going to work out? And for me, the only thing I could say is, I don't know. But I do know. The Lord knows. And right now, today, even me, I don't know how some things are going to work out. But my consolation is, God knows, and He's working it out for our best. So, keep on believing, keep trusting, and keep fighting that stinking devil when he comes and whispers in our ears and tries to make us doubt and fear. Fear hath torment. So, don't let him steal your peace and your hope and your trust today. Trust the one who loves you more than anybody else ever has, because He will work all things out for our best. Hope this helps. See y'all.